Man said that he basically got laid off over in Silicon Valley. He's saying that he got laid off. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. I like this segment of the show.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we're going to talk about something that I've kind of been not wanting to talk about. I've kind of pushed it off for quite a while, and it's the fact that I recently got laid off. If you guys don't know,
let me give a shout out to the content creator. You always know I like to show love to the content creators. His name is Entropy DR. Entropy DR got, as of the recording of this video, 6.54 thousand subscribers. Go over there, check it out. Tell me what y'all think. Let them know that I sent y'all. And again, I'm checking this out for the first time, so I don't know what he's going to say, but I'm just going to react to it authentically.
I live in the Silicon Valley, which is the San Francisco Bay Area. And if you haven't heard from the news, tech sector, which I work in, significantly impacted with layovers over the last year and a half, 2 years. Every single time I look up Facebook or I look at the news, there's more news of even more layoffs with all these giant tech companies. And I am a part of that. We're going to talk about how that affects me. And
is he doing this inside of his children's room? Do I see Toy Story up there, and I see a Pikachu over there on the right-hand side? Not recording in your kid's room. He recording this in the children's room. He said, listen, y'all, it's not good out here in these streets, and I had to get away from the kids and the mama. And so we're going to go ahead and tell you what's happening, but at the same time, I'm in the kids' room while they're in there with their mama. All right, let's get to it.
My wife, as well as the business. If you guys don't know, in the past, I was working as full-time job, as well as working my personal business, as well as setting up at shows, and then as a content creator. So we had a completely full plate. I love my previous position. I love the people that I work with. And honestly, whenever I talk about the company that I used to work for, I still use the term we. As someone who worked as a contractor for most of their career, I've kind of gotten used to the fact that I am very easily disposable and that there may be one day where I might lose my job. So that's just me in my past. Even when I got converted to a full-time employee, I felt that I was never secure, and that's just the way I have always been. I've always been on high alert because that contractor lifestyle has always been a part of my work culture, which is not great. Just so I can be transparent, my wife and I don't come from money. Families are not wealthy, and everything we do is self-supporting. If you guys don't know, the cost of living here in the San Francisco Bay Area is significantly more expensive than other places in the US. But we're perfectly fine. We're not stressing out. I'm not going to get evicted or anything like that. We live a very comfortable life, and I'd say that's probably because we have a very frugal lifestyle. We don't.
And I advocate for this, and so I'm glad that he said that, because I talk about this all the time. I talk about the fact that when you're not in a position where you've adjusted your lifestyle to how much money you make, you have a lot more wiggle room. You're not going to make any drastic decisions. A lot of the people that we reviewed before we reviewing him, a lot of the previous people that we reviewed, they want to live in a car now. They immediately selling a home. They crying. They about to crash out. They losing their minds. They laying in the bed all day. He has a different disposition than everybody else. He has a completely different mindset and a different disposition than everybody that we reviewed before this. And I like it. I actually think it's pretty dope. I wonder what his wife does for a living, though.
A lavish lifestyle. We don't live well above our means. We try to save as much money as we can and make every single dollar stretch. That's just who we are. A very comfortable lifestyle. When I was working at my previous position, there was a time where my wife was unemployed for 6 months. She left her previous position and she just wanted to kind of take a work break. So we used our emergency fund, and I was supporting her for up to 6 months. After the 6 months, she re-entered the workforce. We are very self-sustaining. Don't have to worry about us. Definitely know what we're doing. And
this is also another benefit that comes along with being married. When one person is laid off, even though y'all combining resources, the other person has been contributed into the pot because they 100. This is not a situation where it's her money is her money and your money is their money. No, they working together. They putting it together. Apparently they got kids and they raising these children. And so when one person fall, the other person is continuing to pick up the slack until they can pick up their side of the slack and they can continue to contribute into the pot. And so it's much easier. When you've seen all the rest of these single people, every other person that we reviewed over these last couple of weeks is single. Every other person, see, this is the part of marriage that they don't want to talk about. They don't want to talk about the other part where y'all combining the resources in order to make sure that y'all both win, because two people can pull 10 times their weight and it's less of an impact if anything happens to the one person, because everybody else is moving, they selling their house, they living in their cars. But I'm telling you that if you have a person that is on the same page as you and a life event happens, it's much easier for you to be able to mitigate it or to adjust or not be as affected by it, because you got a person that's on the same page and y'all going in the same direction. A lot of people don't want to talk about this part. They only talk about the bad side of it because that's the most popular thing to talk about. They don't talk about the side where you benefit from the fact that the person that you rocking with is going in the same direction. She working, you working. She ain't trying to come up off of you, but y'all have a vested interest in seeing each other successful. I like this guy.
I would say being laid off is unfortunate. From all the hours that I've spent, it's not necessarily a bad thing. When I was working my full-time position, I was putting in 40 to 50 hours a week. And then I was coming straight back home to prepare for a show, work on my business, and to put out content for you guys. And I would say, honestly, the whole Pokemon side business, content creation, I was probably putting in more hours in a week.
Oh, that's why he got that.
Than I was in my actual career position. And that's not a bad thing. I'm super passionate about Pokemon and my personal business. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. And I always poured myself into the business. That's something that I always envisioned. And that's something I knew when I was entering the corporate world, that it wasn't going to be the end all be all. I knew that there was going to be a point in my life that I would end up working for myself and I would do my own thing. I didn't know when it was going to happen, but I knew that I was preparing myself somewhere down the future to set myself for that goal. And some people say, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Every cloud has a silver lining, and that me being laid off is an opportunity for me to go down this path and see where it takes me. Honestly, it's possible.
No, go get you another job too, big dog. Let's not just say, I'm just going to depend on this. We going to run it up. We want all bags. And so, yes, I'm glad that he got something else that he's working on. I'm glad he got some additional income. I'm glad that he got a business. But also go ahead and get that other bag too, big dog. Trust me. Don't wait. Go get that other bag.
Probably for the best that this happened. I have the ability with my wife working full-time that I can venture into this full-time business as a reseller with my eBay store, with content creation, as well as Pokemon vendoring. I feel that we have the flexibility to do that. I feel very blessed and honored to have that opportunity. I know for people who have families or people who have the infamous word of debt, it's not a possibility. For transparency, we don't have debt. We don't.
And this is another thing that I keep saying. Everybody keeps, Anton, I got a windfall of $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. What should I do with it? The first thing you do is you get rid of the debt. It's much, much more difficult to be able to climb the top of a mountain if you got rocks inside of your backpack. Listen, bro, debt is the enemy of wealth. It is the thing that is going to prevent you from really being able to do what you want to do or take any chances or any ventures. Because when you don't have debt, when you don't have the same limits and barriers to entry as other people, it's much easier for you to absorb the blow or be able to take more chances because you don't have the same things weighing on you on a regular basis. If he don't have no debt, so he not feeling the same pressure as everybody else that we reviewed before him because he in a whole nother situation. They've been frugal. They live according to their lifestyle. They're not worried about what nobody else is thinking about them. They've been running additional businesses. They both working. They got a goal in mind. And they got no debt. This dude is winning. He don't even feel the same pressure as everybody else. He chilling.
Carry debt. We don't have a mortgage. We don't have a car payment. We don't have credit card debt. We don't have school loans.
Dude said that they ain't got no mortgage, no car payment, no credit card debt, or school loans. Let me get this dude a round of applause. I wasn't expecting this. No mortgage, no car payment, no student loans, no credit card debt, no nothing. No wonder he's so chill. He ain't even tripping about it. No wonder he ain't got no wrinkles on his face. He's slow motion. Dude got a buzz. He probably cut his own hair. Probably wear the same hoodie every day. Ain't tripping, not even a little bit. Went and got some wallpaper. This dude said he ain't got nothing to worry about.
Hold on. Debt, it's not a possibility. For transparency, we don't have debt. We don't carry debt. We don't have a mortgage. We don't have a car payment. We don't have credit card debt. We don't have school loans. We live completely debt-free. The only debt that we carry on a month-to-month basis is our credit card charges that we pay off every month. So we used
this dude winning in every way. Killing it. And I told y'all, I said, listen, what's the bigger flex? Having a paid off crib or to live in $1 million home? Having a paid off crib or living in $1 million home? The paid off crib is always going, for me personally, in my opinion, is going to be a bigger flex than living in $1 million home. Because flexing for the gram and for people is much different than not having any pressure and being able to pour everything you got into what it is that you got going on.
to have school loans. We used to have a
This is how men think.
car loan. But once you pay off all those things, you kind of become free. You're not a slave to the dollar. You don't have bills to pay every month. You just live on your month-to-month means. And if you guys want to hear more about our financial journey of how we got there and the steps that we do, we can do that in a completely different video. Moving forward, what is our next steps? My wife has given me permission that I can.
Now, there's some words. I knew it wasn't going to be all good. I knew it wasn't going to be all good. Now, it's some words that, for the sake of the conversation, we just going to use it. Trigger me. It's some words that trigger me. And one of those words is giving me permission. What you mean giving me permission? I'm going to give him a pass because he's doing so well financially. But boy, you ain't going to sit there and tell me that you give it. Listen, giving me permission? Permission? That's when we going to have a problem. What you mean giving me permission? I understand he's operating out of humility and he loves his wife. So we're going to go ahead and give him a pass. But boy, I thought that I was going to lose my cool now. My wife is giving me permission. Connie, I don't like that. Micah, I ain't with it. I ain't with it. Azriel, woo-wee. What you mean giving me permission? Yeah. Woo.
Go down this road of entrepreneurship and focus on my personal business, as well as setting up at more shows and taking it more seriously, and of course content creation for you guys. I can honestly say when I was working in my career position, I really honestly look forward to the weekends. Was super excited to be looking forward to setting up at shows, dealing with Pokemon, making deals with all of you whenever I have free time or I get off work, working on my videos and editing it for you guys. I edit my own videos. Had a fair amount of people reach out to me asking if they can edit my videos. To be honest with you, I thoroughly enjoy editing my own videos because it's me. I can put my touch in the videos, and maybe in the future we can afford to have an editor, but right now I truly just love the process of content creation. And
I know a lot of people all want to expand out and all of this stuff and get into it. I don't believe that you have to outsource everything. That's always the sentiment from people that think that they entrepreneurs are, oh man, I'm going to free up my time in order to outsource. You don't have to outsource everything, right? I fully enjoy editing and doing a lot of my own stuff too. We run very, very, very lean over here. And it's one of the reasons why we're so profitable is because we keep all money in and we distribute the money amongst the people that's already here. We limit the amount of people that we got to hire and we keep everything super lean. And so the key as a content creator is to figure out how to do things more efficiently, not necessarily outsource everything. Some things can be outsourced, but be very careful about that because you may be taking on an additional cost that you can't justify. So everything don't have to be outsourced.
And rewatching us.
If somebody said, what's his page again? It's Entropy DR. The name of his page is called Entropy DR. Okay.
And the interactions that we have at shows. I would like to think one of the reasons why you guys watch our content is because of the genuine interactions and the smiles that we put on kids' face and as well as the adults. I can tell you, if you guys don't know, Editing videos, it is an endeavor. I have mad respect for those who do full-time content creation. I don't know how they do it with their busy schedule. Those of you who are starting to create content on your own, you can see that sometimes it's very difficult editing videos. As someone who's been putting out content for over, I'd say 2 years now, and we've just recently gotten traction, it may stop people if you don't have views or if you don't have subscribers. It's not all about that for us. We just wanted to put it out there to share with the world. Hopefully we can make a good impact on the community. This is what we're doing in the Pokemon space, and wanted to share that our journey with you guys. That's why we started creating content job now. I can devote 110% of my time to working on my personal business as well as putting out content for you guys. I have more time to edit. I don't have to worry about coming home from work and being exhausted. I can get more listings out of all the inventory we have. I can inventory everything that we take in shows more quicker, and I can post them online for you guys. There may be a time where I need to find another career position. I can honestly say that my wife and I are blessed. The fact that my wife has a full-time position right now, and she is able to kind of support us and kind of carry me while I ramp up this business. Maybe
Don't let that last too long, big dog. That's all I'm going to tell you. Listen, most men ain't built for that. Ain't built for that. Because then, listen, I mean, with the fact that y'all don't have no debt, that helps. But, she could get resentful if you talking about carrying you. You gotta be very careful about the type of words that y'all using, because it's not going to be a good look for y'all. Don't say carry me, okay? Just say, hey, listen, we straight, and so we making adjustments financially. We making adjustments financially, not carry me. All right? Because you might have been the one that's been carrying y'all the whole time. Don't say carry me, because then she going to start thinking that she the stuff, and she going to start putting demands. Don't say that. Say, we ramping up and we investing in our future from the businesses that I'm building separately from what she's bringing into the household. Context matters. Words matter. Because if you say carry me and then she say I'm carrying you when y'all get into a big old argument, then you going to want, you ain't carrying me. You said that I was carrying you in your video. No. Never plant seeds on unfertile ground. Never, ever. Never would have made it. Never, ever use certain words. I need to give y'all some counseling in y'all coaching in y'all marriages. Never, ever under any circumstance say that she's carrying you, no matter what the circumstance is, because you're planting a seed for her to throw that back in your face when y'all start having an argument about the fact that she want to go on vacation, and you telling her no, and she's saying, well, I'm bringing in all of the money. No. Carrying from a woman's perspective is a bad word.
the business will grow to a point where her and I can both work on the business and she can leave her position. I'm super blessed that my wife supports me and is pushing me along. I can tell you right now that if it weren't for her, I wouldn't be able to be in this position. I have a lot of imposter syndrome with my business and the channel, but she's always pushed me along. If it weren't for her, I definitely would not be where I am in life. Super blessed that she's my partner in all of this. I know.
No. She's not a partner. She's a wife. Don't say partner. Don't say, don't do this. Don't listen. Just keep her out of it. Just remove this part of the conversation. Chop this video up. Make it from, how long is this video? Go from 8 minutes to about 8 minutes and 5 seconds. Remove some parts of this video because you're going to regret it in the future. I was with you the first half of the video. The second half of the video, we kind of fallen down the dark path.
There are people who have recommended me not to take this path, considering the fact that when I was working the corporate world, I was making a fair amount of money, but at the same time, it wasn't my passion. And for me, wheeling and dealing and having my own business and creating content, I'm super passionate about it. I'm super happy that I get the ability to do that every single day and share it with you guys. That's something that I can say that I'm super honored and blessed for. I'll admit that right now we're in Tokyo, right now we're in Japan, we're on vacation. By the time this video goes out, we'll be back in the States. I'm enjoying life right now. We're taking it all in.
Get it, big dog.
I'm very blessed of where we are in life. It's been a very long and grueling road to where we are, but I'm super excited to see what the next chapter is for us. The channel is growing as well as the business is doing dramatic things. So I'm super excited. I'm super thankful to have all of you guys along the way, and I appreciate all of you guys for watching. This is the one time you guys will catch me saying, please subscribe, press the thumbs up.
Shout out to him. Again, the name of his channel is called Entrepreneurial. Very entertaining. I'm glad that we got a change of pace and that somebody ain't crying. Oh my God, I'm gonna be living in my car. I have no friends. Now, he made a couple of mistakes, but overall, he's in a good space. I'm glad that he don't got no debt. He out here traveling, living the world, having a good time. His businesses is growing. His content creation is growing. Shout out to him. Yeah, let me give him a round of applause. I like that.